Jeremiah, how good does it feel in that locker room to finally kind of get back in the win column and erase some of those bad thoughts?
Man, it feels great. That's all we was pushing for, striving for greatness. My teammates and I worked hard for the past 3 weeks. We're going to keep on working. We're going to keep on working. Feels good to get this dub.
JD, you guys have kind of had late stretches in games where you've been close but haven't been able to pull it out. Was there anything different? You guys were down 4 at the under 4 timeout and obviously flipped the game. Was there anything different this time around?
We just fought. Coach B told us to keep fighting. Don't let up. You know what I'm saying? Keep applying pressure. We did it together. That's all I can say. We just fought.
A switch seemed to flip for Keith Williams in the last 2 minutes. What was different about the way he was carrying himself?
Just his aggression. He knew what was up, the time, the situation. He stepped up like the big-time player he is.
You got the start. When did you know you would start, and how did your mindset change in the starting lineup?
It didn't really change, it was just for the better of the team, I had to talk with my coach, and it wasn't really like, oh, wow. Nah, it was just, do what you got to do, go out there for your teammates, and the outcome is this.
Did he tell you why you were in the starting lineup tonight?
Just my aggression, what I've been doing. That's all for real.
What can a win like this do for you guys going forward? You've got, one more road game and then a couple games at home. Do you guys feel like this can help you get on a run?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Gives us confidence. Keep pushing ahead. And that's all.
JD, you've never been short on confidence, but are you playing even better than you thought or you expected out of yourself right now?
Actually, I am. Yes and no. Because I know what I'm capable of myself, and my coaches know what I'm capable of. And I guess it's showing.
What's different about this team when you guys are playing fast? Because it felt like all night tonight when you guys had the chance to put pressure on them and get out in transition that you look like a different team.
Yeah. We're all athletic. We all got different things we can add to the team. It's just fast paced for us. We all got athletes, so our main goal is to put pressure on the defense. We did that tonight as a team. Very good job tonight. I'm very proud of my guys.
You, Micah, and Zach all had big nights tonight. Has there been any conversations between you three guys as the sophomores of, we all need to come together and help get us back on track right now?
Not for real. It's all of us, not just us three. It's all of us, So we decided to, we got to dig in, keep fighting, no matter what. We got to stay together, keep fighting as a team. The outcome is going to be the outcome.
JD, you were playing kind of like the pseudo big man. Like, how are you adjusting with, more time and playing kind of that extra, power forward position or the forward position right now, because of the, you guys going small?
Yeah, the answer to that, I just do whatever for my team, whatever it takes. Coach want me to do something, I'm going to do it, hands down. It's basketball, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of if I'm at the 5, it don't matter. I'm going to do whatever was good for my team.
How was Tari able to have such a big impact, kind of playing a different role?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tari, same old. Whatever. Same for him. If you want to play 5 or 4, it doesn't matter. He's going to go out here and do what he does, at a high level. And it showed tonight.
Obviously really proud of our guys' effort today. I think, I hope it showed up on TV because it certainly showed up their aggressiveness defensively, their scrappiness, which we talked about all week, their ball hawking, the way they approached the game from how connected they were. It was good to see a payoff. And I told them before the game, I said, guys, it's like a father who wants to, your children are sick and you want to take the pain from your children. I really wanted our guys to get this one because they deserved it. And the effort they put in, the consistency of which they fought when everybody else is, saying different things. They stayed focused, and I was really proud of them, and I really, really wanted this to happen for them tonight. And they were so excited in the locker room, and we played the game the right way. And when we didn't play the game the right way, we didn't get the results. So we're learning what it means to play the game the right way within the roles that we have. But overall, a game where offensively we're pretty potent. But then at the end of the game, it was the defensive stops that allowed us to win the game and get separation. So, I could go every single person impacted the game tonight. So I could go on and on about each guy. The bottom line is, we talked about everybody in this program is responsible for the success of the program. And today, walk-ons on, everybody got that done. And I'm really proud of the effort. And that's the type of basketball we'd like to play going forward.
Finishing has been a problem, closing out games in the final couple minutes. How much of it was getting some baskets, but like you mentioned, how much of it was getting some stops? Because I believe you, over the final 6 minutes, you outscored them 20-6.
Yeah, Chad, it was getting stops. It really was, and it was getting stops because not only did we play as a unit, but David DeJulius decided he was going to guard, Micah got hurt. He was a little wobbly, and he decided he was going to guard, probably the best player in the league right now, Kendrick Davis. And then, Tari did his job around the rim, started, really protecting the rim. Keith got in gaps, Micah got in gaps. So, we tell guys all the time, you do your job, it impacts your ability to help your teammate do theirs, and then the coaches do theirs. And I really thought defensively down the stretch, we showed our ability to defend. And we've shown it in glimpses. We've shown halves of really being a good defensive team. And we play a lot of possessions. Tonight, 76-69, I don't know what the points per possession were, but to hold a team to 32 points in the second half with the pace that we play at is outstanding.
John, you've said before that sometimes, we've tracked you for years and covered you for years, that your team starts slow sometimes. Was tonight the beginning of, in your mind, this team starting to look like the team you hope they can be? They can win a lot more games down the stretch.
Well, Jeremy, I don't want to overstate it. You know what I mean? It's one win, and albeit at a very, outstanding team in SMU. But I think it gave you a closer look at how we want to play. But when we didn't do certain things, when we got out of ourselves, when we took, we tried to do something different than what our role was, we wanted to take ourselves out of the system, it didn't look very good. And we had a lot of possessions where it just didn't look good. But then we scrapped and we clawed and we got the loose balls. And it's amazing what happens when you get the loose balls. You start to get other things to go your way. So this team has to play a little different than certainly most of the teams that I've had. But that's okay. And I think we're figuring that piece out as we go. So we're going to shoot the ball well on some nights. Some nights we aren't. But we're going to shoot the ball not like we've done all season. We're definitely a better shooting team than that. And I knew that. But I do anticipate our guys gaining a lot of confidence from this. But there's a lot of areas we still got to clean up. And I do think we'll be playing our best basketball as the season goes forward.
0.908 points per possession allowed defensively, by the way.
I appreciate that. You Coach Lund to it.
I got you, Coach. Can you take us through the inserting Jeremiah in the starting lineup? And can you dispute the argument that maybe he's been your if not best, your most consistent player so far this year?
I'll tell you what, Jeremiah was a guy that was a bucket getter who would give the ball back in turnovers or would kind of play out of control, wouldn't make other people's better. He's doing that now. And it really hit me this past week watching him practice and watching the games. He's really taken the next step. He makes other people around him better. He plays off 2 feet. He makes the right decision. This is his second straight game with only 2 turnovers. He had 2 turnovers tonight. No, one turnover. So he's had 2 games with 3 turnovers, and he's played 27 minutes and 31 minutes. So he's taking the next step. He's rebounding the basketball. He's a guy that plays more positions than anybody on the team. I just keep saying he's taking the next step because he's starting to understand it now. JD's key thing is to stay humble. Stay humble, stay locked in, do the things he's supposed to do. But I wasn't surprised at all, Chad, with his performance because I've been seeing it in practice the last 2 weeks.
We've asked you a lot about going small. Was putting him in the starting lineup, was that kind of like an embrace of that a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely smaller, when he goes in the 4 spot than we are before. And the bottom line, he opens things up a little bit more. He allows, these young men, and this is why Jeremiah is great. Players whether it be family or whether it be outside sources, they all want to play a certain position. Like, I want to be the 1 or the 2. Nobody ever wants to be a 5, right? I told the guys, I said, I'd be a 6 if you just leave me in the game, okay? So I think guys are understanding that if you play the 5, maybe you have a mismatch that you can take advantage of. Or if I play the 4, I have a mismatch. And JD's all about the name on his front of his jersey, as all our guys are starting to understand and become. And because of that, he plays multiple positions and does what we ask him to do.
Speaking of some of those weak side blocks from Tari, I mean, him playing like that, I assume allows you to continue to play small if he can play basically the 5 like that.
Yeah, I mean, what he did, he was tremendous today. I mean, tremendous. And again, playing a new position. So it shows his abilities. He made a free throw like late in the game and turns around, looks at me and says, "Coach, I haven't missed a free throw yet this year. You understand that, don't you?" So the conversations that Tari and I have during the course of the game is, I hope I'm in that kid's life a long time, because I'm probably going to get a chance to write a book one day.
Kind of a breakthrough you were waiting for this season was Keith Williams in the last 2 minutes. What did it mean for him to kind of break through in that area today?
Well, I think Keith finally, understood that, that he's got to take better shots, and what a great decision he made, right, on the layup, the dunk for Tari. I mean, that's really what gave us the ultimate momentum to finish. It was created by Keith Williams. Keith can get caught up in wanting to score so bad and feel like he needs to score for the team. It's not from a selfish place. It's from helping the team, that he feels like he's got to get in rhythm. And I keep telling him, Keith, you're a really good passer. Play the game the right way, and the ball will come. The ball will find you. And I think our guys are starting to understand that, and Keith was a big part of that in the last few minutes.
How was it to finally see Mason get a little run? He hit that 3 to start. How was that to finally see him out there?
Yeah, he looked pretty comfortable, I thought, Keith. I thought he looked the part. He communicated well with me, and he's going to be a guy that's going to be hard to keep off the floor as his career goes. I mean, he's tough. He understands how to play, and the value of making shots is really, really, really something that's pretty important in the game of basketball.
I didn't realize until you mentioned DeJulius had 12 assists, also had 9 rebounds. Can you embrace some of the role that you're working with him to embrace?
Well, you make shots, you get assists, but he was so good defensively tonight that I think it freed him up not to worry about his offense. And then we got a lot of deflections, we got steals, we got out in transition. We created 14 turnovers and turned those into quite a few points, I thought. And a lot of it was by David. And we're trying to teach you guys, just make the right pass. Don't need to pound it. Like, Zach Harvey's playing really, really well and has been, okay? But then he gets out of control sometimes and dribbles it too much and falls down. But guess what? Zach now understands, Coach, I know I can't do that, and comes back in the game and fixes it. And that's when you got a chance to take the next step. Before, he didn't see that. He didn't understand that. He understands that now.
Zach was a lot more assertive, especially in that first half. Was that, you mentioned kind of that dynamic you just talked about right there, but him going to the basket more, was that a directive? Was that something you've been waiting to see from him?
No, we talk about paint touches. I'll find out after the game how many paint touches we had, but Zach's a guy who can get paint touches. Keith's a guy who can get paint touches. Mike's the guy, Saunders guy who can get paint touches. David, we need 50 plus paint touches a game, and Zach can provide that for us. And when he does that, he's just got to make the right decision when he gets there.
Coach, you talked about the 3-point percentage finding, somewhere in between level as to how poorly you've started. How much of a lift was it tonight to see some shots drop, and how much did that help confidence as you went on?
Well, it was great. We actually could run some of our 3-point plays tonight. They went in. So guys have shot well all week, but again, they're in a better place because they're more connected. Before, we had guys taking shots they weren't supposed to take because they wanted to either help or show their game off. And once we understood our roles and the ball popped, everybody got better. Now think about the offensive side where all of a sudden it stuck. It stuck several times tonight too, and it ended up in a turnover. It ended up in a bad shot. It ended up in a transition play down the other end. So again, we're still really, really, really young, okay? And hopefully we understand what makes us look good and what makes us successful.
You seemed a bit frustrated on Tuesday. Are you going to take a few steps away from the alcohol now?
I did Tuesday as well, Keith. I didn't do that at all. Well, we're on the road. We go to Wichita now. So, I'm just happy for our guys that they got a chance to do it. I will tell you this, and the first time it's ever happened to us, it really made me feel like, really put a bow on this whole season in terms of, all the travel and stuff. We go down to our pregame meal today at 1:45. The plates are out. The cookers are there. The utensils are there, the waters are there, social distancing, we got everything there. We go to get the food, the chef didn't show up, no food. So first time in 25 years, I went to a pregame meal with no food. So I called the guys in, I said, guys, we got no food. And it was a funny moment in a frustrating way. And then Coach Heatherly and Coach Lund made it happen. And they went out and they got those things filled up in a matter of 30 minutes, which is really impressive. So we don't give game balls out in the basketball, but if we gave a game ball out today, it would be Craig Heatherly and Jake Lund.
Did they cook?
Yeah, in 30 minutes? No. I have no idea, Justin. I just know results. So.
All right. So other than that, I know you always like to watch the tape and go back, but kind of in the moment, what is the takeaway from this that you want the team to realize to kind of help them moving forward?
Yeah, I just got to go back and look at the tape. No, it's actually, you asked me on a time when it was actually pretty clear. When we do things the right way within our roles and play for each other, we have a chance to be successful. When we don't have a chance to be successful. And it showed up not only in a game, it showed up in possessions. I mean, literally loud possessions. And I think we'll have a lot of film to be able to show the next few days to back that up.
With a team that's kind of struggled at the end of games, how important is it to get one, to play like you played in the last 4 minutes tonight?
Well, I think Keith's experience, the guys that were here last year has experienced us together, what it looks like to close games. So they know what it feels like. But that's a feeling that can be fleeting, right? When you haven't done it in a while, it's like anything else. I think that, hopefully we get back to that. And again, it was because of stops. So we have to recognize why we were able to do that.